Hey guys, we are back with our Applied Hydrogeology video lecture series, and this is lecture number 3. And today's topic of discussion is the age of the groundwater, and here is a list of books for my reference. Welcome to my channel, Success Guru, and myself, Panchanatham, and let's get into the heading. The age of the groundwater. So, in our previous class, we had discussed about the connate water, which is a water which has been separated for a longer time from the atmosphere or other hydrological cycle, right? So this connate water that is deeply percolated will be the main topic of discussion for today for the heading the age of the groundwater. So when water percolates deep beneath this beneath thick layer of rock, it gets completely sealed off from the atmosphere for thousands or even millions of years. So this is what we are discussing in the connate water. And to calculate its exact age, we rely on the radioactive isotope. So radioactive isotope is used to calculate the age of the groundwater, and this isotope act like a natural built-in stopwatch because they break down at a known steady rate over time. Measuring this isotope left in the water tell us exactly how long the water has been sealed away from the surface. So what we are trying to do is we are trying to calculate the maximum age of connate water or deeply percolated water, right? So how to do that? So here is a formula to calculate the age of the groundwater using radioactive isotope. And this is a standard formula where A is equal to A naught E power minus lambda T. A is the observed radioactivity, what we measured today in the groundwater, okay? And A naught is the original activity, that is at the time of the water entering the aquifer. Lambda is the decay constant, right? Which is specific to isotope. So if the isotope changes, the decay constant changes according to that. And T is the age of the water. That is the forensic timestamp, or that is what we are going to calculate, right? So this is how this can be done. So we will be asking what component in the water that will show you the age. So we have two broad components that can be used to date the groundwater. One is the hydrogen 3 and other is the carbon 14. So let us see how it enters and how we can use it for our age calculation. The first one is the hydrogen 3 or the tritium. So this is originate from the cosmic ray in the upper atmosphere. So its main pathway is it enters the groundwater from the rainfall, and the half-life of the tritium is 12.3 years. So with this tritium, we can effectively calculate the age of the groundwater, say up to 50 years, not more than that, okay? So this type of radioactive dating method can be used in groundwater studies for the modern recharge monitoring purpose, right? So this is the main application for this. And for carbon 14, we have this origin is mainly by soil via root respiration and humus decay. So when the water is percolating through the soil, if there is vegetation present or humus present, this humus or the root respiration may lead to the entering of carbon 14 into the groundwater. So its main pathway is like dissolved bicarbonates from toward that moves towards the aquifer. The half-life is say 5,730 years. So with this half-life, we can calculate efficiently up to say 50,000 years. So this type of dating can be used to calculate the ancient aquifer dating. So these are the two prime isotope dating that we can use in a groundwater age calculation techniques. Okay, so let me show you an example or a case study. What you got to recall. So that is the case study from Arabian Desert. So scientists had found some deep aquifers in the Arabian Desert. So the deep well drilled into the hyper-arid region of the United Arab Republic and the Saudi Arabia reveals massive underlying major aquifers. So when they date this, it dates back to 20,000 to 30,000 years. So this is actually related, this evidence coincides with the Wisconsin Ice Age all along the earth. So this desert was once under the ice at the time of this Wisconsin Ice Age, which is somewhere near 20 to 30,000 years before. Okay, when region that are desert today receives abundant rainfall and become probably ice covered during that time, and the groundwater therefore is not merely a hidden reservoir but also a paleoclimatic archive preserving the memory of the ancient atmosphere. So this is This is how we can use the groundwater studies and the dating techniques to calculate the oldest water occurrence that is present in the earth. So with this, I'm completing this video. We'll try to we'll meet in the coming next video. Thanks for watching. Have a great